I spent so much time misunderstanding you, judging you from a distance, until one moment shattered everything I thought I knew about you. I was convinced you were just another lesson meant to hurt me, but what you did revealed a depth I never expected to see. I built an entire story about you in my head, and then you rewrote it with one honest, selfless action. I thought you were careless with hearts until I watched you protect mine without even realizing it. I was wrong about your silence. It wasn't emptiness, it was restraint, pain, and unspoken loyalty. I assumed your distance meant indifference, but what you did proved you were fighting battles I never saw. I judged your flaws loudly, yet ignored the quiet way you showed up when it truly mattered. I thought you'd walk away like everyone else, but you stayed when leaving would have been easier. I mistook your calm for coldness until your actions exposed how deeply you actually feel. I was wrong to doubt your intentions because what you did required courage, not convenience. I believed you didn't care enough until I saw you sacrifice something important just to keep me safe. I thought you were all words and no depth until your actions spoke louder than any promise ever could. I misunderstood your strength as arrogance until I watched you choose kindness over ego. I was prepared to let you go, but what you did made me question everything I thought I deserved. I assumed you'd choose yourself first, but you chose what was right, even when it cost you. I didn't think you were capable of that kind of honesty until you showed me the truth without excuses. I saw you as temporary, but your actions felt permanent, intentional, and real. I was wrong to think you didn't notice the small things, because you noticed the one that hurt me most. I thought you didn't fight for people until I realized you were quietly fighting for me. I judged you by your past until your present proved you weren't defined by it anymore. I mistook your independence for detachment until you stepped in when I needed you most. I thought you were just passing through my life, but what you did changed the direction of it. I believed you'd disappoint me eventually, but instead you surprised me in the most unexpected way. I was wrong about your priorities, because when it mattered, you chose integrity over comfort. I thought your heart was guarded forever until you opened it without being asked. I assumed you'd protect yourself at my expense, but you protected me instead. I misunderstood your boundaries until I saw how carefully you respected mine. I thought you didn't listen, but your actions proved you heard every unspoken word. I was wrong to think you were emotionally unavailable, because you showed up when I was falling apart. I judged your patience as indifference until you waited when anyone else would have left. I thought you were afraid of commitment until you committed through actions, not promises. I was convinced you wouldn't understand me, but what you did showed you understood more than I realized. I underestimated your loyalty until I saw you defend me when I wasn't in the room. I thought you were distant by choice until I saw how much you were carrying silently. I was wrong to think you didn't care about consequences because you chose the harder path. I assumed you were emotionally closed off, but your actions revealed a heart that feels deeply. I thought you'd disappear when things got messy, but you stepped closer instead. I judged your calmness as apathy until you reacted when it truly counted. I was wrong about your intentions because what you did came from sincerity, not strategy. I thought you were incapable of change, but you proved growth is possible. I misunderstood your past mistakes until I saw how determined you were not to repeat them. I assumed you'd hurt me eventually, but instead you protected my trust. I was wrong to see you as careless because you were careful with what mattered. I thought you were emotionally distant until you reached out when I was pulling away. I judged you for not saying enough until I realized your actions were saying everything. I was convinced you didn't value me, but what you did made me feel seen. I misunderstood your silence until I realized it was filled with thought, not absence. I thought you'd choose the easy way out, but you chose responsibility instead. I was wrong about your priorities because you put people over pride. I assumed you didn't care about the damage until you worked quietly to fix it. I thought you were just another chapter, but your actions felt like a turning point. I was wrong to doubt your empathy because you showed up when words failed. I misunderstood your hesitation until I saw how much you cared about doing things right. I thought you were emotionally unavailable, but you were just protecting something fragile.